What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a quick one for you here today, a little detour from the usual videos. So the ones that know and have seen my other videos, this is the exhaust from my Mazda RX-7 FC that I'm rebuilding. That car was stored for over 20 years in a storage unit. Most of the undercarriage of that car has seen better days. It's got surface rust everywhere, everything is gross, and I'm in the process of rebuilding that car. So as part of that process, I wanted to buy a new exhaust, but also see if I could salvage some of the existing exhaust on the car. So this is an example of that. In this video, what I'll be doing is restoring the mufflers. It had Racing Beat exhaust on it, and I want to try to use that same exhaust, but I want to definitely clean it up. I want it to look nice on the car. I don't want to have to spend over $1,000 on exhaust if I don't really have to. So this was my attempt at restoring the mufflers. I think you can say that I did pretty good. That's what it was like before. That's the one I haven't done. I'm going to show you guys that one as I do it, and this is the one I did off camera to see the end result. If you're looking for a complete restoration with the muffler going back to for an exhaust that goes back to like literally brand new, this is not that video. You can probably close it right here if you want. If you're like me, you want to put some effort into it, but not way too much, and just get a good product and have it looking better for your car, then continue watching, because that's what this is going to be. This is not going to be some immaculate restoration. Basically what I'm doing is I want my exhaust tips to be as perfect as possible, because this is what's going to be visible. The bottom of my car is not that appealing right now anyways, so I'm not going to spend hours and hours trying to polish this part. I did clean it up for sure, as you can see the difference, but there was undercoating and that's still on here. I would have to sand this down a little more to get it off, which I'm not going to do. And there was a lot of surface rust like this on here. I just use a wire reel to get that off. So I'm going to show you guys how to do all that. This stuff is not going to be visible at all, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to leave this as is. And at some point I will be undercoating the car again anyways. So maybe in the future, if it bugs me, I'll fix it. But for now, this is more than perfect for me, because look how great the exhaust tip looks, and that's what's going to be visible. So we're going to do the same thing with that. And I also have my Y pipe here, and the Y pipe is going to get cleaned up too. I'm not going to paint this part or anything. I'm just going to take a wire wheel, clean it up as much as I could, and then use some chemicals, get some surface rust off as much as I can, and give this just a really, really good wash. So this is not the complete exhaust. This was only like the rear half of the exhaust. There was two parts of the exhaust which I just got new. So those are the parts that I'm not using or cleaning up or anything. I just decided to completely replace those. So I have a new downpipe on the RX-7, and I have a new I deleted the cat, so I just have a pre-silencer that's already on the car. So this stuff was gross. I wasn't gonna fix this. This is too messed up. So this part was just replaced, but the Y pipe and the mufflers are both gonna get restored. Well, this is pretty much what we're going for. This is the end result. First thing that we're gonna do is give this a wash. So it's very dirty. We're gonna wash it. I'm gonna use a pressure washer. I have access to one. If you guys don't have a pressure washer, you can definitely use a garden hose and wash off as much as you can. And then while it's wet and rinsed off completely, then I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Even with just a pressure wash, it looks better already. Perfect. Okay, so, but you can see we have a lot of tar here, some surface rust. It's really nasty, right? What I want to use for this is CLR. It's easy to find. You can find it at any store pretty much. You might even have it at home for some cleaning, whatever. Easy to get a hold of. So that's what I used on the other muffler. Now, you could maybe mix this 50-50, 50% this CLR, 50% water, dilute it a little bit so it's not as strong. That's what I did with the other muffler. But with this one, I'm probably just gonna use it as is and see if it works better. Basically what I'm gonna do is use a sponge. Nothing too abrasive, but I'm not gonna use the soft side. I'm gonna use the slightly abrasive side here. And I'm just gonna cover this soak this in CLR, and then rub down the whole exhaust. It's already getting clearer under there. Basically what you want to do is rub it in and then leave it on there for maybe a minute or two and then rinse it off again. So I'm not going to show you guys me rubbing this whole thing, but you basically just want to continue doing this. And then rinse. So I've rubbed CLR everywhere. We're gonna give it about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Not too long because I didn't dilute it. If you diluted it, maybe do a little longer, but I'm gonna wait about 30 seconds and then I'm gonna rinse it. You can already see it looks so much better, but we're gonna take this a little step further, especially this part right here. At this point, I think I'm gonna leave the muffler as is. This is all I did for the muffler portion for the other side as well. I'm probably gonna leave that as is. I did realize that I forgot to wire wheel this. I should have done that before I pressure washed this, but that's okay. We'll pressure wash this again, but you should wire wheel this at the very beginning and clean this up because you're gonna have to wash it again and then it just makes a mess everywhere. So that's okay, we'll wash that again. We'll wire wheel that and then wash it again. But in the meantime, now what we're gonna do is spend some more time on this exhaust tip. Use this air gun and I'm gonna dry this off as best as I can. Okay, now, so once that water is all pretty much off of there, what we're gonna do now is try to get some of this tar and all this stuff off. And basically what I'm gonna use for that is WD-40. So this is, like, I like using stuff that's easily accessible. WD-40, pretty much all you guys are gonna have this. The CLR, pretty much everyone's gonna have that. So all you want, this is actually really good at removing like glue or anything sticky like tar. Basically you just want to spray it on here, leave it for like 5-10 minutes. Then you can probably just wipe it off if it's really on there. Then you'll have to use like fine grit sandpaper, like 1000 to 2000 grit sandpaper. So anyways, we're going to take the WD-40 and just coat this exhaust. Make sure you get the edge there as well, and we'll flip it around and do this part as well. Okay, so we're gonna let that soak in for a bit. And just to show you guys, I'm not gonna do too much of it, but just to show you guys, if you wanted to do your whole muffler too, not just a tip, you could do it with this. So just spray like that, and I'll show you guys what you can do to clean that up a little bit as well. So I'm gonna leave it for 5-10 minutes and I'll be right back and show you guys what we do from here. So we're gonna come back in here and use some fine grit sandpaper or a sanding block. This is like over 1,000. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's over 1,000 for sure. All you're gonna do is just come in and you see this tar right here. I'm just gonna take this . Comes right off. This is, you see this? Look at that. And I'll do a little more up here. Gone. Let me do this section up here so you guys can see the biggest difference. Gone. And I honestly didn't even wait 5 minutes. That was like 2 minutes. Now I soaked this part for you guys as well, just to show you. I'm not gonna do it because I don't care to really, but if any of you guys want to, I'm gonna show you. So you see this part right here? Look at that. You guys are seeing what I'm doing, right? This did not exist. Now, you keep an eye on these two things right here. Like, you can clean up this whole exhaust like that, and it will look brand new. Again, I'm not gonna do it. I might at a later date. I'm not gonna do it right now because I don't really care to, but if any of you guys wanted to, you have the time, you wanna put in the effort, you could do it just like that. If you have a sanding block, if you have like a sanding, like a power sander or something, you could do that as well. Just make sure you use a very fine grit sandpaper, and you won't damage anything. I'm gonna finish cleaning up this whole exhaust tip, and then I'll show you what we do next. So all of it is completely cleared off with the sanding block. I even did the edges, and then you just take a microfiber cloth, clear off all of that WD-40. Look at that. Oh, missed a spot right here. Just take our sanding block, get rid of that. So WD-40 is obviously like very oily, so you want to clean this off as best as you can. I'm gonna wash this again. You don't really have to. You could use like a degreaser, brake clean, whatever you want, but I wouldn't leave it coated in WD-40 because we still have one more step to do. And that was a section I cleaned on here. So that's how good it works. Again, some of you guys might give me shit for not fixing that whole damn exhaust. I'm just keeping it 100 with you guys. I don't really care to. This car is not absolutely mint. I just want the part that's gonna show to be the cleanest. I'm not gonna spend hours doing something I don't really care about. But again, I probably will at some point. Right now, I don't have the time for that. I'm in the middle of this build, just trying to get it done. I have to allocate my time where I find reasonable. With the exhaust tip completely cleared like that, we still have to polish it. But before we polish it, I'm gonna grab my grinder with a wire wheel on it and clear up all of this surface rust. And then I'm going to use that CLR sponge that I used everywhere here, and I'm going to clean this up as well, clean up this mating surface, and then I'm going to wash it. So I'm going to do that off camera real quick, and then we're going to come back up here, polish that exhaust tip. Okay, so I've washed this completely and dried it off. I got most of that WD-40 off. You can see there's some minor imperfections and scratches and stuff from sanding, so we're going to get rid of that now with the final step, which is the polish. Also, before I washed it, I did take a wire wheel to this and kind of blast off all of that loose rust that was on there. Same for my Y pipe. It's been cleared off. I washed that as well after giving it a wire wheel. Now, last step is to polish this tip. So for those of you that are going to do the whole muffler, like I did this section, whatever I'm about to do here, you want to do here as well. You want to polish this as well, okay? Polishing step, this is what I use, very popular. It's Autosol metal polish, works great. I've used it on chrome pieces and stuff before as well. It should work great on this. Basically, I use a waxing pad or like a polishing pad, and I'll put a little bit on there. Get it all over the exhaust tip and just go at it. So you're gonna rub this, the more you rub, the better it's gonna be. Make sure you rub all the sides. If you wanna do this section, you'll do that as well, but you're gonna rub it. I'm gonna rub this off camera for a while, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with that. Now I'm just gonna take clean microfiber towel and buff off all of that polish. And there is the final result. Look how good that looks. So that's 20 minutes of some elbow grease, a couple of household products, and you can make your exhaust tips look brand new. Look at this, man. This is a 30-year-old exhaust, and it was stored for about 25 years. Dirty, road tar, everything on there, and look how immaculate that came out. There's lots of ways to do this even better, but if you want to do a quick 20-minute restoration exhaust cleanup, this is definitely the way to do it. You could use the same method that I used here on your whole stainless steel exhaust if you wanted. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that quick little how-to video to get your exhaust tips or whole exhaust cleaned up. That's the final result. Both my exhaust tips look absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure I will do this at some point in the future. If I keep this car long enough, I don't know, we'll see. But I just want to show you guys the method. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.